Hi there everyone, this is Risk of Rain 2. It was my game of the year of 2020 and I couldn't live it myself if I wouldn't make any videos about this game because this game is actually bloody fantastic. And what better way to demonstrate why this game is so great than to show a full run of Risk of Rain 2. Let's try to make a full run today. I don't know how this will go, I might not even make the full run because the game is quite hard on the hardest difficulty what I play this game on. So this is just an off-the-cuff try of trying to go through the whole game. In short, Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelike, so this game is very based on runs. It has a multitude of different characters, as you can see on the upper left here. But we will be playing the very vanilla experience of this game and pick the very first character you have unlocked from the start, with his very basic loadout. There are different loadouts in this game for each of the characters, and you can change their different attacks. Each character has 4 different skills that they can use on the run. But I will use the ones that are unlocked from the very start, so you will get the very most basic Risk of Rain 2 experience here, as you can get. Commando is actually one of my favorite characters in the game to play, so I'm not like struggling here with him, but yeah, he's actually one of my favorites. I don't have the default skin in use here because look at the Hornet skin, it's so goddamn sick that I want to use that one. But yeah, just let's jump on the run here and let me talk as we go. So the basic game loop of the Dark Souls Risk of Rain 2 is that you see in the upper right corner in there's a timer. The timer keeps ticking up, and so is the difficulty. While the difficulty goes up, more enemies will spawn. Those enemies get stronger by every second the game goes on, and more stronger enemy types will start spawning. How you will combat this is you will kill enemies and you gain money from killing enemies. When you get money, you are able to buy or open chests that are littered throughout the level. In those chests are different kind of, well, shitload of different kind of items, or in shops like this, different kind of items that will help you fight the enemies. There I picked up a repulsion armor plate that will give me a flat defense bonus, so I don't take too much damage from enemies' attacks. As you can see on the lower right corner of the HUD, you can see 4 of my different skills. All of those skills have cooldown, except for with the Commando here, the basic attack has no cooldown at all. But I have my utility skill, which is a roll, very familiar for Dark Souls players. Then I have this multi-shot, I think it's called suppressive fire. And I have a face shot that will go through enemies and do some extra damage. And as I use these skills, you can see them enter a cooldown in which I cannot use them. Consider it as every single skill you have having a stamina bar of its own. But yeah, this game will have a lot of elements that are randomized. This map has, all the maps have a couple of different variations of the layout. The places where the loot is found is also randomized. There I picked up a backup magazine that gives me 2 of my secondary skill. So now it has 2 stacks, but each of those stacks need to load separately. Will-o'-the-wisp. This is a really good one, cool one. When you kill an enemy, it will create an explosion. Items that you pick up in this game is the thing about this game that makes it addictive. Because those items all stack on each other, and also when you pick multitude of the similar kind of item, those stack and create the effect more powerful. Oh yes, an ukulele. The description doesn't really give you much in there, but ukulele makes this kind of lightning or electricity jump from one enemy to another when they are in close proximity of each other. As you can see there, a little kind of electricity thing jumps around enemies. But yeah, the basic game loop of Risk of Rain is you're dropped on a planet, you're told to find a teleporter. When you activate the teleporter, a boss phase will start. You need to kill the boss and survive the teleporter event, in which a lot of enemies will spawn, and then you are able to teleport to the next level. And we are going to be doing that now. We picked up the razor wire in there that makes these razors fly out of me whenever I take damage. Luckily we get a beetle queen here, which is quite easy boss. It will be quite challenging to comment in this game because the game gets really hectic, as you can see here, and this is actually nothing yet. The game will get absolutely fucking crazy. I always try to prioritize the killing the boss first, because when you kill the boss you also have an item as your reward and you don't have to worry about it anymore. We get another razor wire. Razor wire doesn't stack that well, which is unfortunate, but it's something. The items come in tiers. White is the weakest tier of items. Green is the second weakest. Then we have yellow tier, which is the boss items, and red tier, which is the best or the strongest items in the game. There is also lunar items that you will pick from special lunar pods. Those are very strong items, but they also give you a downside. If I will find a lunar pod, I will show you an example of one of those items. You will also find those depressed looking testicle things. They are newt altars that will spawn a newt or a blue portal after the boss is done or the teleporter event is done. It lets you visit a special shop. I would say the difficulty of this game is 30% of skill, 30% of luck, and 30% of knowledge. So it's not like that heavy on the actual reaction speeds that you need to perform or something like that, but more like knowing what items do what and what items work well with what other items, and how much time you should use on a level or looting when you should go for a boss and so on. There you saw me picking up a war banner. War banner spawns this area where you have more attack speed and movement speed. Whenever you activate the teleporter or gain a level, you and the enemies will gain levels as the time progresses, or well, you get it from killing enemies and enemies get it from time progressing. Also, I got a bandolier in there, so enemies can drop these little packages, as you can see there, that will refresh my skills. You also see the war banner here in action. This game can be very wild to look at, but when you're actually playing it, a lot of this makes sense. So I try to explain as many things as I can while I play to make it a little bit more clear, because this is one of those games that when someone recommends this and you go watch the trailer, you think to yourself, wow, this looks like absolute shit. But it's not shit, it's actually pretty fucking amazing. There I got an equipment. Equipment is a stronger item that will take its special slot next to your skills on the lower right. This time it was what's it called? A Somerang that will launch 3 of these giant bus cutters that will deal great damage and bleed damage. I will use that on the boss soon. Demonstrate it. There is a ukulele printer here, so I'm gonna take a risk. This will take a random item of the same tier, which is the green item, and switch it to the item displayed in there. I got lucky and it actually took one of my razor wires off, because razor wire doesn't stack as well as ukulele does. We actually do have pretty nice set of items here. For starters, this might be a great run here, but you never know with this game. Death can come very fast and very sudden. So it's 10 minutes on the clock. Good time to start the teleporter event. I don't know if you saw in there, but I launched the Somerang and did a shitload of damage to the golden boss here, Stone Titan. It's almost dead already. I got punched in the ass in there a little bit, but he's dead. Didn't get to demonstrate too well what that boss can do, but it can do nasty things. You saw me there hiding behind that stone a little bit. It was because he was using this tracking laser beam shit that can do some nasty damage. Luckily I got the repulsion armor plate in there that would have helped with the damage, because it comes in little ticks, and repulsion armor plate gives me damage resistance to every single hit, flat damage resistance, so little ticks of damage aren't that dangerous to me at the moment, because I have one armor plate in there. But otherwise it could deal some really nasty damage. Something you should prioritize when playing this game is the killing the shooting and flying enemies first. The little cockroach things cannot really do that much to you. They can just hop at you and do this very slow melee attack. So yeah, as you can see there, I didn't actually enter the teleporter, I entered the portal that spawned next to it, because I activated the Newt altar before. That makes that blue portal appear. In this place, the time doesn't progress at all, as you can see. You can do some shopping here in peace. Here you can buy these blue lunar items. And as I told you, all of them have downsides to them, but pretty nice upsides as well. I'm going to actually be buying the Strides of Heresy here. It replaces my roll with the Shadow Fade. This makes me undamageable, or what could be the term, immortal for a short while, and I heal at the same time, and I can fly. And it has pretty fast cooldown. It's one of my favorite items in the game actually, and works well on commando. Here we have these, what could you call them, reforge bottles. You could trade 3 of a lower tier item to 1 green or 5 to 1 red. How this works is that the red one takes 5 green ones and the green one takes 3 white ones. So if I would want to take a side in here, I could risk losing, well, basically all of my white items because I have only 3 whites. But at the moment I don't think it's worth it, so I'm not gonna take it. Here you could sacrifice some lunar coins. These are random drops, by the way. The lunar coins drop randomly sometimes. They will appear on the under your money on the upper left. You could choose the next level you go to. I never use this feature, to be honest, so can't say much about that. Someone likes to pick their next level, but that kind of demands that you know what the levels contain and shit like that, so for a new player that doesn't really mean much. This guy, well, let's not worry about this guy. Don't attack him as a new player, don't do it. He will close the shop down. I'm not going to be doing it because I want to keep this session short, but if you would take a leap down from here, you could find another portal which would take you to a special event, but I guess you have to find out what that is on your own playthroughs of this game. I'm sorry if all of this sounds or looks very messy, but I guarantee it's not. This is very much a player's game. It puts you right into the action and lets you handle it, with tons of shit that you can collect and tons of enemies that you can kill. But I try to explain as much of it as I can here on this run. The downside of the Shadow Fade is that, whoa, I actually took a lot of damage in there. You cannot shoot while you're in it. You can use your equipment, but you cannot use the regular attacks while you're on Shadow Fade. Also, I didn't explain the Berserker's Pauldron. I think Berserker's Pauldron is the item that will activate a Berserk mode, boost your damage and attack speed while you have killed 3 enemies in fast succession. Then it will activate. Here I will pick a tri-tip dagger from the shop that will add bleed to my attacks, which is very valuable extra damage. Another backup magazine so I can shoot 3 of these face shots. Let's just pick a couple of items and then go challenge the boss, because we're kind of behind in time in here. Not by a lot, but by a little. Things get very hectic on the monsoon difficulty, which is the hardest one in the game at the moment, which I play on. So we need to keep the pace up. Another Berserker Pauldron. Nice. Let's see. Warhorn, nice. This will activate when I use my equipment. It gives me a speed boost on my attacks. Which will be very useful when we go challenge the boss. Well, actually I could demonstrate here. The thing with equipment is that those have a lot longer cooldown than any of my skills. So you really need to think good spots where to use the equipment for. There we can see a scrapper. It takes a random item. No, it doesn't take a random item. You get to pick the item, but it destroys all the stacks of that given item. So if you have like, well, I have 2 backup magazines in there. If I would pick the backup magazine, it would scrap those items and give me 2 scrap items instead. Those scrap items can be used on 3D printers. So that gives you some player agency on what kind of items you will get, and try to break the mold of randomization that this game has going on. Seems like a little thing, but there existed a version without those scrappers right before the launch, and it was a very different game. That scrapper actually makes a lot of... it brings a lot to the game. There I picked up a bison stick, just 25 max health. That item used to be quite different, but I like the new version of it. It has more of an identity now, in the middle of all the other healing items. Okay, let's activate the boss event now. Get an imp overlord. This guy can be nasty. And it starts to look like Risk of Rain already. Which means things get very, very hectic. My Shadow Fade will give me some safety in these hectic fights. Okay, the boss is done. Now we need to just stay on the teleporter radius and finish the event. The thing with the imps, if you are interested in any tips, when it raises its arm, it's going to throw these spikes that will bleed you. When it raises its arm, you need to jump and move a little bit to the front or back, so those spikes will not hit you. That's basically all of it. If you go too close to the imp, it will start this melee flurry attack that will hurt like hell, so I won't recommend it. Okay, in this level there is a special thing. Let's actually take some money from there, because I can heal it off with the Shadow Fade. If you kill these eggs, a special enemy will spawn, and if you are able to kill that enemy, it will give you a free red item. So that is very valuable. Thing is, I'm not sure if I can kill that enemy. Well, I have pretty good items, but I don't know if they're good enough. But we're going to try. Let's hurt the worm. Honestly, the worst thing about Risk of Rain is that you want more of it. There is so much stuff in this game, and you just want more, because the game is excellent. Oh yeah, that is already the second squid pileup I didn't talk about. Squid pileup is an item that will spawn a special turret on every interactable, so next to chests that you will open, altars that you will activate, things like that. Also teleporters and such. Actually, I will do the boss first and see if we have time to do the special enemy. If you ever have difficulties of finding the teleporter, there is this glimmer, as you can see here. I know that the teleporter is down there because there is this glimmer in the air that will expose the place of the teleporter. And why isn't this worm already dead? I wouldn't want this hanging around too much while I kill the boss. Wandering Vagrants. Well, at least we get a nice variety of different enemies on this run. This can be quite nasty. Let's see. When they're low on health, they will start exploding with this great AoE attack that will cover the whole fucking screen. Like that. And you need to take cover. My Shadow Fade will help me a lot with these. If it goes in a spot where I cannot hide myself everywhere. It will also shoot these exploding balls of light. Look at the Shadow Fade. Just to make sure. Okay. Got it. We got another Wisp. Not the best item to stack, to be honest. It just makes the explosion radius of the killed enemies a little bit bigger, which is not bad, but there are better things. Okay, now let's pick up some loot and go. We will not be doing the special enemy here. Because the timer is ticking. Oh, we got an infusion. Every single killed enemy from now on will give me a 1 more HP on my HP bar. Up to 100 enemies, let's stack. These flying trash cans are actually one of the most nastiest enemies in the game. The game is so hectic that there is no fucking way I have time to speak about everything in this game, but yeah, all you need to know is that it's great. It's chaotic as hell, and in its core, it's a story of you evolving from a cockroach to a goddamn god. And it's fucking great. I love it. Best thing about it is you can play it with friends and it gets even better. There we got a puzzling fungus. When you stand in place for a little bit, it will start healing you rapidly. I will loot a couple of boxes here. Because we have the money. Nice. Picked up a crowbar. That means enemies on full health or high health will take more damage. Not the best one for commando, but well, when used with my Somerang, it can do some nasty things. Let's see actually if we can pick a better equipment here. That's blast shower. I don't actually need that now. Blast shower is fine on some builds, but that would take some complicated explaining me to do to explain why it is so I just skip that. Well, this is way better. Prion accumulator has a shit ton of cooldown time, longest in the game, but it shoots this massive plasma ball that will deal a huge amount of damage, and it will also shoot these little beams from the ball that will damage everything on its path. So it's very nasty one and perfect for me. Medkit printer. We still have our healing drones, so I don't necessarily need that. This is the last level before the actual last level. We get to walk to the boss level, or the last boss level. That was a mess of birds. Oh shit! Something shooting me from behind. Can never feel too comfortable. Something that I'm missing here pretty greatly is movement items. Otherwise I have very good setup here going on, but movement items are also important. I don't have any extra jumps. Well, I don't necessarily need them because I had the Shadow Fade, but it would be nice to have some movement speed. Sticky bomb. It attaches these things that explode on your enemies by chance. Commando is special in a way that it has a very fast attack speed on default and also very high proc rate. Proc rate is the chance of which special effects will, or the items will actually trigger. So Commando is actually made for triggering different effects. Well, that is his special thing. Try to get the big chest in there, but I need to kill some enemies to get it. Well, I guess I could use the Prion accumulator here. Oh no, it hit the ground! God damn it! Well, that wasn't a good demonstration. As you can see there, it has a cooldown over 2 minutes, so that was a fail. There is my teleporter though. It's getting pretty hectic in here. I very much want that big chest. Might be a red item. Where was it again? God damn it. There's a utility box. The violet ones are utility boxes. Stun grenade. Well, I didn't have any stun grenades, so it's good to have one. There's a small chance that I will stun my enemies with my shots. The Shadow Fade is really carrying me here, because my movement speed is still very, very low. Also, by the way, the soundtrack of this game is absolutely amazing. It's very unique, like in Risk of Rain 1, it was very, very distinct. Another infusion. I don't think we are going to kill that many enemies, but well, better than nothing, I suppose. Oh shit. Just a couple of enemies. Oh, I get a Prion accumulator here. Let's launch it in here. Now you can see it on full force. It will shoot those little beams to enemies. And hurt every single one of them on the way. The good thing about my face shot is that it will go through walls as well. And enemies. And it gets stronger when it gets through enemies. A key. This will open rusty lockboxes that will spawn on levels. Too bad they won't spawn on this level, they will spawn to the next one. And luckily they buffed this item in the last patch, so this actually is a wanted item. It used to be pretty shit, but now it's pretty decent because the rewards are quite nice. I will actually change my Prion to foreign foot. Actually, I wonder if that was a bad choice, because I have the Shadow Fade, it acts as a heal as well. Let's see what we will get from here. Supermassive Leech, not a good one. As you can see, you don't have to be always engaging with the enemies. There is no need all the time. You need to survive, that's what you need to do. But yeah, we're going to be challenging the boss here real soon. I'm not sure if we will be able to make it though. This movement speed isn't really doing me any favors. Another ukulele, nice. Ukulele is one of the best items to get on a commando, that's for sure. You could turn these, and then it will kind of send you another loop off the run. But oh, my controller! Shit. First time to get a disconnection of your controller. But to keep this session short, we're going to be going to the moon already. Blood. Shit. Oh shit. Well, I guess we couldn't get a full run in there. That was that's how fast the death will collect you in this game if you mess up. But maybe I will do more runs of this game to actually show you the last boss in here. But yeah, that was Risk of Rain 2. As chaotic it is, it's way more fun when you actually play it yourself. There's way much more things that I would want to talk about this game to you, but on this hectic run when you're actually playing, it's hard to also explain it on the way. So yeah, excuse me if this was an anticlimactic end, but this is the norm. You usually don't finish your runs. At least for me, I usually just die instead of succeeding in this game. So. But yeah, that was a full Risk of Rain run. Well, not a full run actually, I died in there. The full run would be to complete the last boss, but it would be the next level, so it wouldn't have been that far off. But maybe next time I will be able to show you the last boss as well. But yeah, I hope you give this game a chance, it's actually an amazing game. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.